long 2015. Bass Clarinet Marimba, that's the ensemble, Transient Canvas, which all of their commissions seem to be pretty big, I'll be honest. Um, this score looks a bit refreshing compared to the other ones. It's like kind of neatly put onto landscape. I'm not a big fan of repeating the instrumentation on every system, but that's okay. Yeah, it looks all in all to be pretty interesting, and it's on the shorter side actually. It's only 150 something measures. So maybe this is under 10 minutes, although it's chord equals 60. Is it? I said Dewhirst. Maybe it's the worst. Anyways, so yeah, there's a recording on YouTube by Transient Canvas, and here's the composer's website. Under construction. Okay. What about her music? Under construction. Yeah. Well, okay. On Twitter, says they're a horn player and a professor as well as a composer. And then there is a bio on Transient Canvas's website. Okay, bachelor's in music from Ithaca College, then master's and doctorate at the University of Chicago. Now she's an associate professor at the University of Wisconsin Green Bay, teaching music theory, musicology, composition, horn, and popular music. So, and then a list of accomplishments like festivals, conferences, residencies, worked with violist Michael Hall and Joby Burgess, percussionist, actively performs in the 15 Minutes of Fame series, which is hosted by Robert Voisey. I've done a few of those as a composer. But yeah, now that I think of it, I did see her name as a horn player in some of those calls. I just didn't get accepted to that call. Um, and then as for the piece, there's a little program note here, which isn't in the score. Contemplation on the term shenpa, meaning attachment. It has something to do with Tibetan Buddhism. The urge, the hook that triggers our habitual tendency to close down when facing obstacles, great or small. Tightness, which has the power to hook us into self-denigration, blame, anger, jealousy, and other emotions, which end up poisoning us. So actually, yeah, the state of shenpa is not actually transcendental. It's like the opposite of openness. It's not a desirable state to be in. Sounds like kind of describes a lot of the way I've been living past few years. But ultimately, I think this piece is supposed to be positive. It's about like moving towards a state of openness from that um, more negative state. So yeah, kind of a cool program note. Still keeps things pretty open ended. And I think that's all I really want to say, honestly. Covered the composer, the piece, all that. So I'm going to have a listen to this. Link to the recording is in the video description for all of you to enjoy. Okay, yeah, so this one, I highly encourage you to listen to this one if you didn't just take the time to do so. Um, yeah, I wasn't expecting to like it because it was clearly going to be very tonal, like going into it, but it's actually my favorite so far. This is the fifth um, piece by Transient Canvas that we've listened to, and I think it's my favorite one just because it's like the ideas are simple. It's not trying to do anything clever with the ensemble. It's just like I think a lot of these composers they're trying to like um make the two instruments match in some way. And in this piece, it's like, nah, the marimba is just the accompanist and the bass clarinet is the soloist kind of thing. And both manage to shine. And I feel like this is actually uh, this use of the ensemble makes the most sense. Like it's just like the bass clarinet is always going to be louder inherently, and marimba is just not a very loud instrument, right? There's a reason why it's like not, it's not an integral part of your orchestra, Um, and has to be orchestrated with a lot of care. So, the fact that the marimbist is able to play this whole piece with soft mallets, they don't have to worry about projecting, and they still get to shine as an accompanist, I think is really nice. And I think the piece just has really good pacing. Like it spends the first 5 minutes just sitting on these two notes, oscillating back and forth, and it's very inspiring. Just the amount of musical experience Michelle is able to draw out of those two notes. Um, so yeah, in a way, it kind of reminded me of like that Anna Lara piece we looked at, Berav, which was like had a gigantic cello solo, I believe, over a drone. It's like a string quartet. Um, yeah, something like that sort of thing, like very simple but successful musically, nothing fancy. Um, yeah, I kind of like the sensibilities of it. So that was Shenpa. Next, we're looking at a piece by Matthew Welch. Seems that most of these pieces were all kind of commissioned around the same time and for the same occasion. I'm sure they've gone on to do a lot of other stuff. I kind of got these scores from Transient Canvas around, I want to say 2022, 2021 maybe. So I imagine they did a lot of commissioning, ramping up to the pandemic, and then just kind of just um, shut down for a bit.